Bubba built it.
Hey everybody, on today's episode, well, we're going to introduce a project that we stumbled across.
Stumbled right across it.
Had to buy it.
It had to buy it. It was a state law.
Absolutely. We would have been idiots to pass this one up. So this week we're taking a break on Generalissimo just to show you this thing right here. It's absolutely amazing. And what is it?
Bum, bum, bum.
It is a 1961 Ford Thunderbird convertible.
Convertible.
Now, some special things about this car. One of the first things, you see this right here? Let's just open up this door and show you. Look at that right there.
Sports Roadster Tonneau. Get the speaker cover in the middle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at this thing. Oh man.
It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
I literally gasped when I opened the door. On the ad, it said nothing about it. Didn't even say it was a convertible in the ad, but I could see it. It was only one bad picture, and I'm like, that's a convertible. And I was like, Lee, we got to go check this thing out. It was only like 20 miles from our office, and I said, we got to go check this thing out. And when we opened the door, when we got there, I literally gasped when I saw the Sports Roadster Tonneau. Now, this is not a sports roadster because they didn't make a sports roadster in '61, but this obviously is a factory sports roadster tonneau. So maybe it was a dealer add-on that they did right after they bought it, or maybe as they bought it. So wow, we were just blown away when we saw that.
Yeah, and the overall condition, let's just talk about that. So we're looking at, we'll start here on the outside. Obviously, a little bit, I mean, that looks worse than it actually is. I would say on the outside, one of the worst areas that we have,
the driver door.
It's going to be over here on the driver's side door.
There's two areas actually: the driver door and the leading edge of this hood too.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's not good. But
it's repairable.
Yeah,
especially the way we like to do things. I mean, the survivor nature of this car tells a story, and I'm not really interested. I think you and I are on the same page in this. I'm not really interested in dolling this thing up.
No,
I want to clean it up, get it all working, and just
enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
enjoy it. So let's take a look under the hood. I mean, everything is here. That was another just like, oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yeah, let's talk about what's not here. Actually, that's a short list.
Yes.
One of the things that's not here is the giant air cleaner. If you're familiar with these FE motors, they had, especially in the Thunderbird, the air cleaner is this big and it has this intake right in the front, and you line it up right with the functional intake on the nose of the hood here. And anyway, but besides that air cleaner and the hubcaps, which I happen to have in the garage, a set of, I did some research. I had these spinner hubcaps and they look really good on the car. They're a little late. These are off a '66 Fairlane GT. Very rare set of hubcaps, but they're spinners. They look good on it. I think we're going to slap these on there and run it.
Why not?
I put one on and looked at it, and it's really cool. Another thing that's kind of interesting about these cars is that GM and Ford in the early '60s went from a 15 back down to a 14 on their full-size cars. This is a 14-inch wheel. It might be surprising to a lot of people. It was to me. But when you do the research, it was something that they kind of did across the board. And one of the things was ride quality. The 14-inch wheel had a fatter tire. And but anyway, so 14-inch hubcaps, but happened to work great. But
so onto the inside, the interior is complete except for, of course, the carpet. The carpet is trashed.
Well, it was there.
Yeah, it was.
That was the first thing we did. We wanted to see how bad the floors were.
And
honestly, they're not bad.
They're not terrible, especially for a convertible.
Yes. The first thing you think about convertible is rust bucket.
Goodness. Yeah,
and the rear floors aren't even rusted out really on this.
They're in good shape. They're really solid. So
the leading edge on the passenger side, the driver's side got more rot, but it's only in the flat. It doesn't get over into
any of the structure.
Yeah. So the rockers are completely solid. And then the other question was the trunk. And so when we got this thing, we're like, wow, how do you even open this thing? We actually foolishly kind of fumbled around with the latch back here, thinking that maybe it opened both ways, but it does not.
No, it does not.
It only opens one way. It opens backwards. If it was an auto convertible, it would open normally. But anyway, once we got it home, I did some research and discovered that it's just really heavy. Gosh.
It is so heavy. I mean, it is shockingly heavy.
Yes.
So the reason why it was like this and loose is because obviously they had some sort of issue back here.
Right. This is probably what grounded the car.
Yeah, we really think this is what did it in, because look at the complexity.
It's got an uber complex
You've got what,
top system.
six
solenoids.
Let's,
You got 4 hydraulic cylinders.
oh, don't forget these puppies right here, the limit switches.
You got limit switches all over the place.
Yeah.
4 hydraulics. You got a hydraulic motor.
Look at that thing.
You got another, this motor here has a worm drive or a cable drive that lifts this part back up, because interestingly enough, so the convertible top has its own little deck lid area that mimics this.
Yep.
But when this flips back over, and we'll show you how that flips in a minute, then it's this thing, if you ever Google the opening, I wish we could just show you how that part, all this works, because it would work. But
we will.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the plan. But if you Google the opening of a 61, 2, 3 Bulletbird top, it is a ballet of mechanical beauty. It's just
similar thing on the Continentals too, right?
Yes, it's the same types. Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Lee, because if you know your platform history, then you know that the unique thing about these early these Bulletbirds is they share the same platform with the same year Continental. And so when you see the chrome rib that goes down the full length of it, it mimics exactly like you see in the Continental. If you look at this panel here, and some of you might correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this panel here is the same as the Continental. The A-pillars are the same. The windshield is the same. This shares the platform with that Continental. And that, you know, the beautiful 4-door, and they made the 4-door convertible with the suicide doors. And I mean, it's just one of, again, to me, this car and the Continental are the most beautiful forms of automotive design, you know, in the mid-century. I mean, they're just, you know, because some people might say the 59s, the 59 cars, but they were just a little over the top ostentatious. This took a lot of that ostentatious nature and just sort of refined it into this streamlined beauty that you see here. And so when you look at things like, for instance, how the chrome rail goes down the whole length of the car and it becomes the door handle. All you have is this one little button to open the door. I mean, it is just simplified beauty. The designers just, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with this car.
Yeah, and speaking of nice design touches, Michael and I were marveling over this right here. The latch for the convertible top, the front latch. Look at this thing. Look how cool this is. I mean, it is just a work of art.
Yes.
Look at that, how it just integrates right into it. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So pull that back. Let's set the top back. Let me get on the other side.
All right. Yeah, this thing, we haven't done this yet, so let's see how she does.
Yeah, we started to, and I was like, oh, no, we need to stop.
Wait a minute.
Should mind?
I think we need to start folding. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, that's going to pull it. That arm pulls it.
There we go. Oh my goodness, boy. I mean, it is stout.
Another thing that we noticed are these cast iron mounts for the top.
I'm not slipping down like you did. Let's see.
Well, this is look. You're on top of the cylinder here, so this has got to compress more. There it goes. Oh, what just came loose?
Oh, look, you were loose completely there.
Mm-hmm.
That pivot point. Wow. Okay, let me back up now so I can see this. Oh, dude, that is so cool.
This is the first, you're seeing it for the first time, just like we are. Let me see if I can get this all the way down. If I can get it all the way down, we can put the
trunk deck back down. Oh, wow, man. Look, it's got to clear these, these wells where this goes. That protects it.
Okay, well,
see, they had already disconnected the hydraulic lines. These feel like they're in good shape. You guys, I'm sure some of you will tell us you're an idiot to reuse these lines, but I don't know, man. They feel very pliable. I don't see any terrible cracking on them. So
flip that lifting arm backwards or forward, which one way or the other. And now we can shut this, I think. Oh, maybe flip it forward.
Better go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. This thing is stupid.
Oh no, this is not going to work.
No, we got to put this.
No, we can't. The motor, the way it works.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. Dang it. All right.
I guess there's no way to.
I don't see a manual.
Unless we were to. That's the motor for that.
Yeah, we could power it up with a battery, I guess, but
Yeah, I think we should just leave it. I think we'll get enough of an idea.
yeah, man.
But this would definitely damage this if this came down. So.
Oh my goodness, man, this is so cool.
Mhm.
I mean, can you see it?
I mean, Batman would be so proud to drive this around.
Batman or Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, this is what Batman drives when he's Bruce Wayne.
That's right. Wow. All right, so like we were saying, the plan with this is just to get it where she'll roll down the road, crank up, drive.
And the top
new
working.
top, yeah, working top. As far as the interior goes, you know, we'll patch the floor pans, of course. Probably get a carpet kit. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy to install.
The carpet. I was almost not installing with this. It's the hump is a separate piece. Well, you have to install the hump, but the bottom pieces are just
they almost just
lay in there like big mats.
Yeah, man, this is super cool. And the back seats, of course, because they were covered with the sports tonneau, they're in really good shape. So very, very cool. Very cool.
So we do have a little bit of rust right here we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and of course we'll need to do new seals. Yeah. Ants
everywhere, sugar ants. Thankfully they're not fire ants. We have one of the most demon bred animals in the world in Alabama by the billions and trillions probably. They're fire ants. Thankfully these aren't fire ants.
All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about on this?
No, I think you should get this rear 3/4 shot though. This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's the shot right there. Another cool thing, we did check the windows. The passenger windows work. The driver windows, I'm not getting a signal. It's either the switch or...
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of the windows, I'm glad you brought that up. Believe it or not, we've got all original glass.
All car light. Yeah, this thing has only 66,000 original miles.
Yeah.
It was billed to us as that by the old fellow that we got it from. But then we started doing... Whenever you have that kind of thing, right, you're like, well, did this thing roll around to 166,000? Funny thing, people didn't drive cars all over the place like we do today. Like it was unusual for a car to have 120,000 miles, 150,000 miles.
Yeah.
But so we're like, did this thing have 166,000 miles on it? No, because for instance, the original windshield, the original car light windshield.
And then we're looking at the brake pedal.
And hey, the original upholstery.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it is not in great shape now, but I mean, if it had 166,000 miles on it, that original leather would have been gone a long time ago.
In really, really bad shape.
That's another thing. Let's call this a pet peeve of mine. I hate it when people are like, leather interior, and it's vinyl. 99% of cars in the 50s and 60s had vinyl interior or brocade cloth and vinyl. Leather was very unusual, but this is actually leather, as you can see.
Yeah. Man, oh man, I am looking forward to getting this thing rolling down the road. Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. Stay tuned. We'll be doing a lot to this.
It's going to be a journey.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.